conferences including ARC, APHR, Illinois Park and Recreation Association of Park District, National Park and Recreation Association, North American Society of Sports Managers, and the North American Society for Sociology of Sport. Continuing her work on African American female sport participation, Dr. Joseph Olushola is conducting research projects on African American middle school girls, African American women long distance running experiences, and the women of color in sport coaching. Her efforts in this area have led to a book chapter on women of color, sport, and progress. Committed to service, she is committed to service. She is committed to service learning as a y'all. I swear I ain't never seen that word in my life, but pedagogical. Have y'all heard pedagogical? I'm sorry. Committed to service learning as a pedagogical tool and source of corporate. I want to introduce you all to Dr. Joyce Olushola.
Good evening. How are we doing? Happy Monday. How's the semester going? Yeah, I know. Imagine how the teachers feel. Oh my gosh. So I just want to thank Mr. Mays for that introduction. And I'm honored to be here because even though I'm a teacher and I get paid to be in front of students, it's a pleasure to actually engage with you all when you don't have to be there. So I just want to say thank you all for taking time out of your schedule to come and be a part of this conversation. I want to thank Booker Mays for that awesome introduction, and I'm looking forward to hearing his story and his contributions. If you don't know, you have a great resource here on campus as far as how to navigate your experience and get the most out of it as a student athlete, as a student in him. And we are glad to have him on staff now in the Office of Greek Affairs. So with no further ado, we also have two powerful speakers with us today. I want to first introduce Ms. Mozell Maddox. That's a dramatic pause. All right, Mozell Maddox is a licensed cosmetologist, founder, and creative director of her own line, Mo Beautiful. Mozell specializes in natural hair, including but not limited to restorative hair repair, creative color treatment, hair care in conjunction with protective styling. Not only is she the best in the hair chair, but she's also an award-winning makeup artist as well. As a 2015 True Beauty Artistry Beat Battle champion, she dazzled the judges and competition with her fresh take and keen ability to bring out the beauty, no matter the shape, size, or ethnicity. Mozell believes that every face is a canvas of art yet to be discovered. In her own words, I am blessed with the privilege of unlocking the beauty of something already there. Ms. Mozell Maddox. And she is on the panel as a former stAte basketball player as well, and graduate, okay? Clap your hands, yes, graduation is possible. That's important. Next, I have the honor of introducing you all to Mr. Jahbari McLennan. Also a former Arkansas State student athlete, he was a football player from 2008 to 2009. One of the most memorable plays for Jahbari was against Texas A&M in his home state. Where he made a game-clinching catch to give the Red Wolves victory over the Aggies. Jahbari was born and raised in Houston, Texas, and graduated from high school in Austin, Texas. He attended Trinity Valley Community College, where he was top of his conference as a wide receiver. Jahbari now is in the career of sales, where he has numerous success, from setting office records to training top producers. He is now a certified speaker and trainer working alongside the Zig Ziglar Incorporated. He is married to his college sweetheart, Shania Nene McLennan, who also was a shining star for the women's basketball team from 2007 to 2012. They have been happily married for 5 years and live here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. They both aim to be a positive example for the community. All right, and there is Mr. Jahbari McLennan. Lastly, I get to introduce formally Mr. Booker Mays. He is an athlete, entrepreneur, and mentor. He is well respected by many people that he has come into contact with. He is currently in the first year of his Student Affairs Higher Education Master's degree here at stAte, where he also received his Bachelor's of Science degree in Interdisciplinary Studies. You know, when the text message comes up all jumbled up. Don't worry, I'm gonna upgrade to the Pixel. He is a young black man that was able to walk onto ASU's football team and earn a scholarship as a sophomore. This year he hopes to graduate. Wait, you already graduated?
This is 6 times.
Okay, you're gonna graduate again with a Master's in Science in student and college student personnel. During his tenure here at stAte, Trey Mays became a standout wide receiver and earning and currently holding 2 records. He is also a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, initiated here at Arkansas State University in spring 2013 in the Alpha Zeta chapter. Mr. Booker Mays. So what I would like to do is just open up the floor for our panelists to discuss what their experiences were as a student athlete and how those experiences now shape who you are and the successes that you have today.
Mic check. Okay, there we go. Well, as a student athlete, I know a lot of y'all can be able to relate to this. Y'all get up early in the morning, most of the time. If y'all know Ron Carroll, you have to be a treatment at 6:30 to 9. And from there, you just have meetings. Sometimes you have class, and you have to be finished with class pretty much from the morning time. And right around the afternoon time, you have probably another meeting, and then you have to go to practice. And after practice, you probably get a chance to be able to eat, socialize a little bit, and do some studying. I'm gonna tell y'all, being in the world of sales and everything, that still applies outside of here. Being able to learn how to discipline yourself in your schedule and learn how to wake up early in the morning, do the things you need to do, and be able to go through life just learning and understand, okay, this is what I need to do. So me being in sales, I understand I gotta work out first thing in the morning, work out. I'm gonna tell y'all, please don't stop working out. I see some student athletes that just give in. I mean, you'll be surprised how much that'll help you get through pretty much your day when you have long, dreadful days. So that, I think, will be one of the most beneficial things when you graduate from here, how that will be beneficial for you when you get out of here. Because, let's just be honest, I mean, me being married, I had 2 nieces I was taking care of. A lot of things will happen, but the one thing you have to be able to learn how to do is be disciplined. And y'all have an advantage over a lot of other students who don't have the opportunity right now to have this disciplined schedule that y'all have to set to it. Don't get me wrong. It sucks sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to be able to do something. You want to be able to lay in bed. You don't want to have to go to. But I'm telling you, as you push yourself through this right now, apply that to when you get out. I promise you, because nobody's going to be there to call you. Nobody's going to say, hey, where are you at? Why you not in class? Why you not in meetings? Because build that muscle right now so when you get out of here, you have people start looking up to you. You have people to sign. So how do you stay consistent with all the things you do? It's so important. And that's just one of many things, and I'll let them to be able to share with. But if y'all have any questions about that and just being married and all that stuff that entails with life outside of here, I mean, I love to answer it. I mean, being a husband, taking care of a wife and just being a provider, and then what that looks like on the flip side. My wife will be here later on. She probably won't want to talk, but I'll throw it on the
My experience, I guess from back then to now, I mean, I was an athlete as well, and discipline is everything. I take it now even to the force of what I'm doing here every day. I'm on time. I remember, my senior year, I had my daughter, and so I had to sit out 1 year and I had to come back. So just imagine being married, and you breastfeeding and your baby's up 2 hours every hour on hour, and I had to be here at practice at 6 o'clock. And so I had to get my knees taped, everything taped. I had to be here at 5. So then you have 2 a days. And the time, like, my coach didn't care I was married and I was one of the old, you know, captains. So what? You got to be here with everybody else. You want scholarship. You got to be here. And so I didn't have an excuse that I couldn't show up because my baby was sick all night. I had to be here on the floor, like ready to go, you know, and I had to lead by example. So you have to, this time being disciplined, man, it was rough, but I did it and I made it and I graduated. And she was at every game. You know, I was at every sport. I mean, so you have to be here. You have to discipline yourself. And you got to realize that everybody don't have this privilege that you have. So you have the opportunity to take advantage of it. But even now, when I started delivering at UPS, I was the first black woman to drive here in Jonesboro at UPS. And my time schedule as far as school, it was the same thing as UPS. We had times, we had to deliver boxes at 8, some at 10, some at 12, some at 3. You had to be there. You had to be there or you're going to get disciplined. You know what I mean? So it carried over from school to personal life to my job and now to my own personal business. I get so perturbed when people don't be on time. Like, that's just who I am. I'm on time. I'm going to be here. I need you to be here. If you don't call me, let me know. I understand things happen, but you have to make that time. And it just stuck with me. So I'm real adamant about time. I am on the time. I'm going to be here. You know what I mean? So I'm just telling y'all, just be encouraged. I mean, like, just keep it. It takes you a long way. I love it. I'm glad that I'm on time because it shows professionalism. It really does. I hate people to be slack because if you do it there, you'll carry it over to something else. So I'm glad it stuck with me. So y'all just hold on. It's gonna pay off in the end, guys. I promise it will. It will.
Now, good point. You're not gonna feel like doing a lot of this stuff. So it ain't. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Most of y'all think like, oh man, it's gonna be a great feeling. I'm waking up at 6:30 in the morning. I'm gonna no. You be like, bro. Ain't nobody holding my hand. Nope. I want to stay in the bed, so I promise you, you're not going to feel like doing a lot of things that you need to do, but being on time, discipline yourself right now. And remember, when you get there, you're like, I don't feel like doing it, but I said I was going to do it, so I need to do it. And most of y'all not here because y'all wanted a degree. Most of y'all want to get away from family. Most of y'all wanted to be able to do something better. You wanted to be able to graduate. You wanted to be able to make yourself better. That's your why. Some of y'all why is not to be able to be the highest in your class, but remember, your why you're here is that you continue to push yourself to get better. That's why y'all move away from home. That's why a lot of y'all here. So remember that because that's the thing you're going to have to read when you get older. Like Mo, she had a kid. She had to be able to push. She had to get better at. I mean, my wife was married the last season. She played basketball. So we had to sacrifice. She had to do a lot of traveling. So I promise you, you're not going to feel like doing it, so just be prepared, but still do it because people will respect you much more.
Well, I can't lie to y'all. 5 years ago, if someone would have told me it would have come and gone so quickly, I would have been like, man, that's crazy. But you look up and you missing the sport that you was playing, that you was just whining about waking up going to a 6:15 a.m. workout and then, you know, you in the real world, working in the office every day. And it kind of makes you just look at, you know, everything for what it was. Like I come from Palm Bluff, played all sports in high school, which was decent, you know, didn't have any offers. stAte really was just a blessing. Coach David Gunn came down and he was actually recruiting my quarterback and CJ Gurley, a linebacker. Some of y'all know him. And I just happened to be in the room, and he was like, who was that kid? And first thing he looked at was my GPA. That was one thing that really sparked me even come to stAte. I wound up having a 3.8, and just barely got by on the ACT. I had a 20, and so I applied when I got here. And so Coach Gunn was like, you know, you can walk on, and I was like, man, that's all I ever